Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brian's Corner. Today we're going to be talking about the fear of rejection and how it can affect your life and how it affected my life, but also different aspects of the fear of rejection. Yes, I got a tooth back here that's got to be moved. It's getting moved. Okay, now today's topic is about the fear of rejection. How does it happen and why would it happen to you? What is happening in your life right now that causes this fear of rejection? What can you do right now to get past it? How does it develop? Well, my story began when I was 4 years old and nursery school. These two girls gave me a really bad time, telling me, Brian, you're ugly, you're awful, you're a terrible person. And I just felt so awful at the time. I told the teacher about it, but of course the teacher did nothing about it. So the girls kept doing this throughout the entire school year. Well, this developed and continued on into my elementary school days. I was bullied throughout my youth, especially during the first few years of school. So that's where it began. However, my mom and dad were wonderful parents, loving, the greatest parents you could ever have in your life. My mom is my best friend. She she was all throughout her life, and she was great. So no problem there. And also my grandparents and all my relatives very friendly, very supportive of me and our family. No problem there at all. I grew up in a very steady, happy household. That's the point. No problem there. But the problem was at school. Because of the fact that my grandfather was very well known and very successful, that's where it stemmed from. Jealousy. Because he was very well known, and my dad was also very well known and very successful as well. So people were jealous and teasing me about that. Okay, that was sort of to be expected, I guess. So I wasn't the biggest kid growing up. I wasn't a big and strong athlete. I wasn't like that in school. So I got a lot of teasing about these different aspects of my life. So as these things happened, I was just feeling so awful about myself at school. So my dad suggested I start taking jujitsu lessons. That helped me a lot. Helped me gain confidence. I started playing Little League Baseball, and I became a very good baseball player throughout my youth and in high school. And I earned a purple belt in judo, just below black belt. And so I studied jiu-jitsu for several years. This allowed me to gain confidence. However, I still had this fear of rejection anyway. I was so worried about losing instead of winning, especially when it came to girls. Oh, that's the problem. I was so fearful of even expressing interest in a girl, I couldn't do it. This started in my elementary school days and all the way through high school. And here's the real kicker. We're going to talk about this more when we talk about the fear of rejection in dating. Well, there was this one girl I really liked during my senior year in high school, and it was a real problem for me for several years afterwards. Um, I just could not overcome the fear of rejection, her turning me down for a date or, like that. So I couldn't even talk to her. I was so worried about her laughing in my face or her friends laughing at me or some other thing. It all stemmed back from all the problems I had before, you see. All the all the bullying I went through all my elementary school days, and being told you're ugly, you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that. and being shoved around and all this jazz. Um, that's kind of where it all stemmed from. So when I look back on it, I think, what in the world could I have done differently? Well, what I could have definitely just done it. I should have just get, okay, I'm going to blurt out what I wanted to say and just do it. Ask this girl out. Now, where does it come from? Where is the fear of rejection stemming from? Why does it develop? Because you don't feel good about yourself. It's a lack of confidence. That's why I go back to say, when I was talking about taking jiu-jitsu lessons, playing baseball, I also started taking piano lessons. I started learning how to play the piano. I got pretty good, not great, but I was getting better at it. So I was developing different skills, you see. So to overcome that, look at your life right now. What are you good at right now? What can you do? Can you cook? Can you clean? Are you a good artist? Do you play music? Um, what can you do? Are you good with animals? Good with pets? Your cats? Your dogs? Um, can you run? Are you a good athlete at all? Are you a good baseball player? A good hockey player? Whatever it is you're good at, that's your focus on those positives. See, not the negatives. I was focusing on the negatives. That was my mistake. You see, I was thinking about the worst possible scenario. See, I'm going back to this girl in high school that I liked. I mean, I used to sit by that phone every night and dialing her phone number, and I just could not allow the call to go through. This is before cell phones. This is when I'm about to dialing the number. Going way back. You dial the number. Rotary phone number. That's how it was. I was just so fearful of getting past that. What if she answers the phone and she laughs in my face, or she hangs up on me? What if, what if, what if? I kept thinking of the worst possible scenario I could think of. I said, I can't do it. I'm not going to go through it. I'm not going to go through this. There's no way I'm going to go through this and go through this humiliation of being turned down again. Because up until that point, the girls I liked turned me down. So of course, I had no success. And so as a result of that, this girl I really liked, I wanted to ask her out to the senior prom, of course. But I didn't ask her, so I never attended my senior prom. So all of these things were in my mind, you see. When I look back at that time, was not a positive time in my life because of that. How did I overcome it? I was looking at the success of my life. What am I good at? Baseball. I'm good at judo. I can sort of play the piano a little bit. Again, I was a good athlete. I learned how to enjoy studying. I learned how to manage my time, especially when I was in college. I was taking 5 classes at the same time. I got down to 4 classes. That's about all I could really take. But I was able to successfully complete the assignments or term papers or whatever it was, midterm exams, final exams, all that stuff we had to go through. I was able to get it done. Success. I ended up with 3.6 GPA in college, which is okay, not bad. So I did pretty well in college, 3.6. In high school, my GPA was just about 2.9. Why? Because I didn't focus. I wasn't paying attention. So going back to fear of rejection, it comes down to overcoming your fear by just trying to focus on the positive of your life. What are you good at now? Take small steps. Don't take big steps. Just small steps. Get good at something. Develop a skill. Gain some confidence. Then at that point, you may see some results as you go through your life. I'll talk about that more up in upcoming videos. Thanks so much for looking at this video. I appreciate your time. We'll talk again soon. Take care now. Have a great day. Bye-bye.